In this video today, I'm going to be walking you through the 7-figure personal brand checklist. After researching and working with hundreds of personal brands behind the scenes, helping them grow to the 7-figure mark and beyond, I've had the unique opportunity to uncover 10 elements that every single one of these 7-figure personal brands had in common. I'm honestly shocked that no one else has shared a list like this, but because I'm in a unique position where I'm working day to day behind the scenes of some of the most successful personal brands today, that I have the ability to create a list like this where I can look at all the brands who are crushing it and see what those 7-figure personal brands have in common. So if you're an entrepreneur, coach, consultant, course creator, and you want to build a 7-figure personal brand, I want this video to be a checklist of the 10 elements you have to have if you want to build a successful 7-figure and beyond personal brand. Because understanding these commonalities is absolutely crucial if you want to replicate their success. So welcome back to the channel. My name is Darren Peele, and if you're new here, the sole purpose of this channel is to help you build and scale a 7-figure personal brand. So if you're not already subscribed, please take a second to hit that subscribe button below. So the reason I'm making this video today is because I used to think that personal branding, seeing these people up on stage, I thought it was so elusive and I didn't know how the heck I could ever replicate or achieve that level of success. But what I learned while working behind the scenes of some of the most successful personal brands today is they're not doing anything that you and I can't be doing. And while working for some of these brands, I realized a handful of commonalities that separated those who were just making 6 figures to those who scaled to the 7-figure mark and beyond. And the key here is that those doing 7 figures and beyond weren't doing anything that the 6-figure earners couldn't be doing already. It's about implementing and mastering these 10 elements. These are the key differences that I've seen from those that are currently struggling to those that are absolutely blowing it up and scaling their personal brand beyond the 7-figure mark. So if that interests you and you're looking to build a 7-figure personal brand, then make sure you stick around at the end of this video, because I'm going to be breaking down the exact frameworks that take you from being a 6-figure business owner to one that makes 7 figures and beyond. I'm even going to be sharing one of my personal automations that I use myself and with all of my clients that helps them scale effortlessly and in less time. So let's get into it. So let's kick things off with item number 1, and that's unmistakable positioning. The first element that every single personal brand absolutely has to have is unmistakable positioning. And not to plug my last video, but the last video I made was an entire breakdown of the positioning statements that every personal brand has to have. If you haven't watched that, make sure you click at the top. Check it out next. Oh, and I almost forgot, every single video on this channel, I want to make it extremely valuable for you. So to go along with this video, I wrote up an actual checklist that you can go through, mark up, and keep track of your progress on all of these items. Make sure you click the link in the description of this video to download that free guide. So when you look at most of these successful 7-figure personal brands, they're not competing in crowded marketplaces. Yes, it may seem like it, but they've actually nailed their positioning to the point that they're no longer competing with the masses, and they created a category of one. They create their own category where they're obviously the #1 choice. They don't have vague positioning statements like "I help coaches." They say things more specific like "I help e-commerce brands double their conversion rates in 90 days without increasing ad spend." That's very specific and far more powerful than these vague statements. Now again, make sure you watch that other video, but to give you the cliff notes, one of the most important statements you have to have is the positioning statement that says "I help specific audience achieve specific outcome without common pain point." This immediately differentiates you from 95% of the competition. So in short, 7-figure personal brands position themselves around the problems they solve, the transformation they get for the clients, and overall the results that they get for their client. And remember this, the more specific the problem you solve, the more money you make. All right, and moving on to item number 2, premium pricing structure. The second non-negotiable for personal brands is having a premium pricing structure. The truth is, you cannot reach a 7-figure personal brand if you are undercharging for your services. The math simply doesn't make sense unless you want to burn yourself out working with hundreds of clients. If you don't value your time, then don't expect others to value your time either. The 7-figure personal brands that I work with, they understand that your pricing is positioning. When you charge premium rates, you attract premium clients that are willing to put in the work and also get results. My clients who have crossed the 7-figure threshold, they typically have a flagship offer that starts at $5,000 and goes upwards of $25,000, not $497 or a $50 a month membership. Now, all of these rules have their exception. All but one of my clients follow this rule. One of my clients who has 2 million subscribers on YouTube has a low ticket membership. Now, until the point that you have 2 million subscribers, you need a premium pricing structure. If you're liking this information so far and you're a coach, consultant, or personal brand looking to grow and scale their personal brand online, then I invite you to take a second, click on the link in the description of this video and apply to see if working with me and my team is right for you. Third item in this list is an omnipresent content system. Now, the reason I emphasize the word omnipresent is because none of my clients only show up on one channel. Now, yes, you can listen to some of the typical advice of focus on one platform, but while you're focusing on just one platform, make sure you're cross-promoting your content across the board. When I look at every single one of my clients who are doing 7 figures and beyond, every single one of them has multiple avenues of bringing in new clients organically. The key here is every single one of them has created a system in which makes organic content and organic lead generation simple. They show up every day. The goal with most of their content isn't to go viral, but it's to continue to show up and nurture their audiences. Think of your content creation system as a long-term game. Research from the Rain Group shows that it takes on average 8 touch points before somebody becomes a paying client. Your omnipresent content solution ensures that those touch points happen. What else is interesting to note is that most of these clients also have some form of big pillar pieces of content, whether that's a YouTube video or something like in-depth podcasts. Now, the fourth item on this list is a client results system. I'd say this is arguably the most important and something that deserves its own video entirely, but creating a systematic approach to getting clients amazing results is probably the biggest key to growing a 7-figure personal brand. The 7-figure personal brands I've had the opportunity of working with, they're not just good at getting results. They are absolutely exceptional at getting clients results again and again through their predictable system. And once they get those clients results, they leverage testimonials. Testimonials aren't just nice to have. In today's day and age, they are absolutely essential to have proof that your system, that your program actually gets results. A quote I heard once is, the more you talk about yourself, the less people believe you. But the more that other people talk about you, the more proof that you have, the more they believe you. Now, without making this whole video about how to create a system or an offer that gets results, I'm gonna break down a few keys here. Most of my clients have implemented what I have dubbed the testimonial acceleration framework. I've broken it down to the following. 1, clearly define success metrics from day 1. 2, structured check-ins that document the progress. 3, case study creation systems that turn wins into compelling stories. And 4, strategic placement of these stories across all marketing touchpoints. The science behind this is quite impactful. According to Bright Local Research, 91% of customers trust testimonials as much as local recommendation. When you systematically collect these results and testimonials, you're essentially creating a team of salespeople that work around the clock 24/7. And then the icing on the cake, wrap all of these testimonials into a dedicated page on your website, like I do for my clients. That's all of your testimonials, just infinite scrolls, so that you have unwavering proof that your system, that your program, that your service gets results. This next one is key to growing a 7-figure personal brand, which is number 5, a scalable delivery model. The reason this is key is because you can typically work harder to get to 6 figures, but to get to the 7-figure mark and beyond, you have to start worrying about the scalability of your coaching offer or service. If the delivery of your results is tied to your time, to your hours, then you're gonna hit a ceiling. The math simply doesn't work. There are only so many hours in the day. So all 7-figure personal brands that I've worked with, they have a system that's not tied to their time so that they can get results in a more scalable manner. This might look like group coaching programs instead of one-on-one, digital products that complement high-touch services, team members who handle specific tasks and aspects of the delivery, systems and SOPs, the unsexy stuff, that standardizes quality and delivery of those results. As Naval says, you want to be wealthy, solve for income leverage, not income. Your delivery model needs to be designed with leverage in mind from the get-go. So most successful brands that I've worked with, they combine the high touch point, unscalable aspects with more scalable delivery. Moving on to number 6, and hey, if you're liking this so far, please take a second to hit that like button. Item number 6 on our list is a strategic network. Now, I debated on keeping this one in here, but it was so apparent that I had to include it. Every single one of my 7-figure earners, they have a close network of other people who are absolutely crushing it. This is where you can insert all of the quotes like your network is your net worth. But the truth is, all of these high income earners are intentional about building relationships. My introverted brain struggled to grasp this concept until I heard Jordan Peterson describe it. He calls this the competence hierarchies, where associates Associating with high performers naturally elevates your own standards and opportunities. And the research actually backs this up too. Studies show that we become the average of the 5 people who we spend the most time with. One of the greatest hacks to be around these other high income earners is to actively invest in other masterminds that these high income earners are a part of. Number 7 is my personal favorite, a proven framework. This is one of the most powerful personal branding elements that you can create for yourself and for your brand. Now, without fail, every single one of my 7-figure clients has named a proven process or framework that they own. They don't just offer generic advice, but they package their expertise into their own frameworks or packages or methodology. And these frameworks serve multiple purposes. 1, they differentiate you from the competitors. 2, they make your expertise more tangible and easier to understand. 3, they create a language that clients associate with specifically to you. And 4, they protect you from becoming commoditized. Key here is to package your knowledge and your systems into a package that's uniquely you and instantly recognizable. Item number 8 on our list is a lead generation engine. Average personal brands hunt for clients. 7-figure personal brands create automated systems that attract high-paying clients consistently. While I agree you can build an incredible business all organically, the truth is all of my clients who are doing 7 figures and beyond, every single one of them has ventured into paid ads. And this is what I've done for my clients inside what I have dubbed the Fame Machine. This is a proven system that I've created that combines 3 things. 1, at the top of funnel, high value free content that demonstrates expertise and creates connection. The goal of this is to expand your audience. 2, in the middle of the funnel is strategically placed conversion mechanisms that takes your audience and converts them into leads. And then lastly, at the bottom of the funnel, we have a specific strategy that leverages content as well as testimonials that takes those who are interested in your service to those that are actually pulling out their credit card to pay and become a client. The beauty of these systems though is that they work while you sleep, ensuring that your calendar is full of appointments with qualified prospects who already recognize your value and are eager to work with you. Number 9 on this list is a personal brand visual identity. What's so unique about all of the clients that I've worked with that hit the 7-figure mark is that you can look at them and tell that they're successful. These clients understand that first impressions matter. They create visual consistency that immediately builds trust. Research shows that it can take as little as 2.6 seconds for your viewer to make their first impression on whether your brand is legit or not. So what does investing in your visual identity look like? It could be something as simple as professional photography that conveys your brand positioning. It could be consistency in color schemes and typography across all platforms. It could be distinctive graphic elements, whether used in your social media content, in your free guides, in your lead magnets, or even on your sales pages that makes your content instantly recognizable. It could be things like high quality video production that reflects your premium positioning. And last but certainly not least, the work that I do, it could be having seamless but effective user experiences when they land on your site and when they're deciding to work with you. What I realize is how you do anything is how you do everything. Visual quality of your brand signals the quality of your coaching, your program, or your services. The most successful brands I've worked with treat their visual identity as an investment and a strategic asset, not just an afterthought or simply aesthetic choice. All right, so the last and 10th element of this video is a team and systems. This is perhaps the most important shift. It is very, very, very difficult to reach the 7-figure mark as a solopreneur. The math simply doesn't work. 7-figure personal brands that I've worked with, they understand that their role is best served as being the face of the brand, developing intellectual property and unique mechanisms, delivering their unique expertise, and building those key relationships we mentioned earlier. Everything else must be systematized and delegated. This could include things like content production and distribution, lead generation and nurturing, client onboarding and support, website design and marketing, financial management and operations. Put this one in quotes, but you should be doing the things that only you can do. The right team members and systems free you to focus on those things. And there you have it, 10 essential elements that every 7-figure personal brand has to have. And as a recap, number 1, unmistakable positioning. Number 2, premium pricing. Number 3, omnipresent content systems. Number 4, content results systems. Number 5, scalable delivery models. Number 6, strategic networks. Number 7, proven frameworks. Number 8, automated lead generation. Number 9, cohesive visual identity. Number 10, the right teams and systems. If you implement just a few of these, you'll see significant growth. And if you implement all 10, that 7-figure mark not only becomes possible, it becomes inevitable. Hey, if you like this video, make sure you've watched the previous video if you haven't already, where I break down the 5 positioning statements that every personal brand has to have. Check out that video next.